Gentlemen, I know you're on the toilet, I know you're watching, drinking your coffee, eating your beer. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Your comments are a sacrifice to the algorithm god, a god of which who appreciates it greatly. So make sure that you do that for me, okay? I greatly, it really helps me out. There is an algorithm that I have to appease. So thank you. So today's video is about how to survive the American election cycle. Gentlemen, I make looking, running a gun and a handgun this easy because I have the right tools. Glock 19 fitted to the 9s, and then I have my LAS concealment holster, which is going to be one of the sponsors of this video. Big thank you to LAS. They've been sponsoring the channel for a bit here, and I'm a big fan of their holsters. Are there other Kydex holsters on the market? Yes, 9,000%. But I want you to consider LAS if you are going to consider one. Having a gun on you in a time of crisis is worth 10 guns in the safe. So big thank you to LAS for being here, supporting the channel, and making good quality holsters. Go check them out. You are not a failure. You are not a failure. Get out there. Now, I know my channel typically takes on a more lighthearted, funny approach to life and or firearms culture, which is by my standards A-okay. I'm 9,000% okay with that. I'm the dude on the internet wearing a ball club, giving out firearms advice, and very rarely some minor nuanced form of education. But everyday carry, which is something that I'm very passionate about. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It is something that you do every day for most gun owners, and you carry a handgun on your person to protect your life, your family, and your freedom. Well, I mean, your freedom from dying, I should say. It's not really a great, like, tyrannical overthrower gun, but whatever. I'm getting into the weeds here, yet again, balaclava, internet, gun stuff. You should be really pushing your standards out on the range now, because everywhere you go, it's not just a 7-yard engagement, right? That was like the typical mantra of the self-defense shooter class. Hey, most self-defense shootings take place within 7 yards, whether that's a cop thing or not, because usually cops go to contact people, get information, run them, see if they have warrants. Target down! And so I think that kind of stemmed from the law enforcement side of things, because law enforcement guys typically run their handguns all the time. That's what they have on them all the time. It always makes you wonder what goes on in here when you have stuff that happens like this. Was it like someone's like slug? Was it a BMG? Like, good God, man. It's like they're excavating for dinosaur parts. We got 8 on paper, missed 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 out of 10, just like Mr. Big Dickens himself. I was hoping for a little bit better, but whatever. But the act of shooting in Indiana is a great reminder that we don't get to choose our engagements, that they can just happen at any time, anywhere, any place. You don't get to dictate the battlefield of stopping an active shooter. Chances are they get to show up in the rare case that it does. Usually it's very rare, statistically speaking, for an active shooting to take place. But if you are somehow where lightning is striking like 10 times, then you want to have the proper background to take it on. When I say background, I'm not talking about law enforcement, military, I'm talking about training. And what does that training look like to you? Well, it doesn't ever hurt to go get accredited training, whether it's like getting your CCW or going to a course, Taylor Strategic, all these different people, right? Now you're having guys that are proficient at what they do, look at what you're doing and the things that you can improve upon or not improve. But if you don't have the funds to do that, then there's always dry fire. Maybe you record yourself, critique yourself. It's one of the cheapest ways is just dry firing. It's getting back to the basics. I know some of you guys are out there steely-eyed veterans when it comes to carrying a firearm on your person. So you're like, listen, I already do all this, I'm squared away. Well, hey, are you working out? Are you staying on top of your physical fitness? Are you staying on top of your diet? Making sure that what you're putting in your body is nutritious and healthy and helps you have a clear and sharp mind. Are you getting after it on the range? Are you really pushing your standards, or are you getting comfy shooting at 3 yards? All this stuff comes together to make you a better shooter, right? When that adrenaline dump happens, sure, you don't have to be an Olympic level athlete, but having a little bit of physical fitness is going to go a long way when considering that the competition may be some 110-pound Zoomer armed with a Daniel Defense rifle. The ammo we're using today is from Badlands Munitions. Big thank you to those guys. They didn't give me anything for free, but they are my friends, so go check them out. Now, I'm not someone who's a firearms elitist totally. I mean, I kind of am, but for some things within context. So if you're someone who is very proficient with whatever firearm you want to use, whether that be for whatever God godforsaken reason, a Taurus like G2X, or if you're good with an HK USP, or if you're good with a CZ75, or whatever firearm that you're proficient with, then of course, by all means, run that. It's a free country, do whatever you want. It's a shooter's preference. Why would I tell you what to defend your life with? But the most important thing is being proficient and training with it. That is paramount, paramount, paramount. I am trying to really drive this thought home. Let's quickly touch on what would happen after a self-defense shooting or after stopping maybe an active shooter. There is one glaring case that everyone can recall back to, good old Kyle Rittenhouse. Now Kyle was like 3 for 3 on the shoot no shoot test. He absolutely crushed it when it comes to like trigger discipline, when it comes to identifying, is he a threat? Now is he not a threat? Is he a threat? Now he's not a threat. Kyle did fantastic. It's almost freaky how good he did. He probably would have like outdone most cops, okay? But what ended up happening to Kyle? He had a huge litigation battle. He had a huge defamation of his name. And it was, even though it was justified in the court of law at the very end, right? Everything about it, everyone knew it was like good to go. Is that essentially if you do defend your life, your freedom, that your name may still get dragged through the mud. So the people on the left side of the political spectrum even criticized Elijah Dickens for carrying a gun into a gun-free zone because the mall had a policy against firearms. Keep in mind, it wasn't illegal for him to have a firearm in there. It was against the mall's policy. So just because a mall says, hey, you can't do that, what does the law say, right? Now, even what does the law say, what is morally right? So keep these things in mind, that yes, you may have the gumption to carry wherever you want, and I would encourage you to do that wherever you can, carry wherever you can, because you never know when that threat's gonna arise. But keep in mind is that there may be legal repercussions, but it also beats being dead. So if anything goes down, if any advice I can give you is just get a lawyer. Don't talk to the cops, get a lawyer. This is the biggest, most sincere advice I can give you. It's like, they're there to run an investigation, they're not there to be your friends. Get a lawyer. Trust me, I was a prior cop. You ask any cop what will they say, get a lawyer. Don't talk to them, okay? I cannot stress this enough, all right? Now, if you're someone who is concerned about carrying a firearm every day, that people will see it in your pants, one, why is everyone looking at your crotch unless they're already packing something else? Two, people are so absorbed with their everyday life that they don't often notice. The only people that will notice if you have an actual concealed carry firearm on you is other people that conceal carry firearms. That's literally the only way. Or maybe like the cops, if you're like in a really state that is very aggro against people that exercise their Second Amendment. But look, literally, I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I have a Glock 19 with a Surefire 380-point acro on. Yeah, there's a little bit of bumping going on. You move around, you can see it, but you really have to be like focusing on my waistline. If I'm just chilling out and about, right, people don't really notice this stuff, but it's like, chow, I got that, and I have a spare mag. So you have a very capable platform in your pants. Wait. Gentlemen, I think I've just about covered everything I wanted to go over, at least that I think I legally can without getting hemmed up in the court of law. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Check out Patreon. Patreon's a great time. We have a Discord server. We talk about girls. I run giveaways, stuff like that. Merchandise also helps out the channel, so links all in the description down below. So greatly appreciate you guys. Get down there. Any of that support does help out. As always, stay easy, stay breezy. I'll catch you on the flip. Sure, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Dad. Bad grip.